The things that make me truly happy are, you know, seeing all of the plants thrive, blossom and grow across the years has been wonderful. I'm just really happy they haven't died. Hi, I'm Mia. I am an advertising executive and I have had this boat for just under 3 years now. The boat is in Hackney Wick and it's about 8 miles away from central London. This boat was manufactured in 2022 and so it's just shy of 3 years old, and it is a wide beam 10 foot by 52 foot canal boat. In a typical canal boat, you have the kitchen area and the living space at the front of the boat so that you can make cups of tea and coffees whilst you're cruising down the canal. Because this is a stationary vessel, I decided to make it a muck room, which allowed the sort of integration of the indoor-outdoor space to be your introduction to the boat. It's a place where you could kick back, take off your boots, you might have gone out for a walk, you know, you might just want to like read a book. So that's kind of why I've started the sort of entrance of the boat to be this kind of like cozy nook where you can relax. The living room is a totally open plan space. When I designed the boat, I wanted it to feel like a open glass area. So it felt like you were immersed in the outside area, kind of a bit like a glass house. So the plants absolutely love it. You're completely immersed in that kind of nature feeling. It kind of cocoons you. It's a very relaxing space. And the curvature of the bow seat follows the boat's structure as well. So I've tried to contain the sort of elements of angles and reflect that not only in the living room but also in the glass that covers that whole area as well. I absolutely love the kitchen. It's one of my favourite spaces. There is an incredibly large skylight which drenches it in this beautiful sense of daylight throughout the day, and you can see the beautiful stars and clouds and sky at night. I took a disused kitchen, which I bought off of eBay for £64, and repurposed it to make my own bespoke kitchen, sanded it all down and was able to give it a new lease of life with some paint. And I created this bespoke countertop, which is resin. So the features are all pretty minimal. I tried to go for something quite dramatic. So with the black paint, you can really make it pop. It kind of is a defining colour that I use throughout the boat, for the radiators, for the detailing, doorknobs. So for me, I wanted the kitchen to stand out and be a characterful space, and I think it really does pop. The bedroom is a little nook. It is basically just the bed in there. So you walk in and you're instantly cocooned in this light sage green paint colour, which is colour drenched over the ceiling, on the walls. There is a full length mirror that cascades light across it. It's just a really calming space to be in. With a queen size bed, there's not much else you can fit in there considering the the length and width of this boat. So I wanted it to feel as comfortable as it possibly could, while still maintaining a level of comfort. I always had in my head this crazy idea of doing a sort of plant chandelier. Many iterations later, I went for a dried kind of pampas grass leaf chandelier instead. A lot easier to maintain. The kind of theme of the bedroom was to feel like you were cocooned in a little nest, and yeah, I think it's fit for purpose. The bathroom is quite a dramatic space. There's this biophilic wallpaper from the Curious department and these incredibly dark olive metro tiles on the wall. I think it's always better to go big in your bathrooms. You know, you're kind of encased in this richness, in this fullness of colour. And unlike the calming kind of hues in the rest of the scheme, that's kind of where I wanted to kind of go a little bit bolder. One of my favourite features in the bathroom is the skylight, which bleeds over from the shower into the hallway. It's quite a unique concept, but I wanted people to feel this sort of sense of grandeur. And so when you're like looking up, when you're showering at any point during the day, you can see the sky, and equally from the hallway. It's quite an impressive view. The back deck is an extension to the boat's interior. It's an additional kind of escape from the hustle and bustle of London. I intentionally left the stern open so that you could see the water and the canal around you as opposed to feeling encased on the boat. What that does is it gives you the luxury of being able to put down deck chairs or a blanket and actually getting to experience the boat from an external perspective and being a little bit closer to the water as well. There is an incredible sort of flurry of just like beautiful like greenery out where it's just naturally growing in the canal. Currently there is a nest of coots out on near the back deck, which is really cute. So the vision for the boat was actually inspired by terrariums and self-sufficient ecosystems. The boat came into life due to me entering a global design competition with Airbnb. So it had to be eco-conscious and it had to be never seen before. I was really inspired by canals and canal boats, and I decided to basically bring a terrarium to the water. And so thus the floating terrarium was born. My favourite item of furniture is the sink cabinet that I made for the bathroom. It is made out of 16mm plywood, and it has a tiled oak veneered top, which the sink sits on. A lot of love went into making that cabinet. So yeah, I think the finish on it just really lifts the sort of the bathroom. But all other pieces of furniture were made by me, except for the velvet green stools in the kitchen. So yeah, there's a little bit of love in every piece of furniture on my boat. My favourite spot on the boat is the seating area in the bow section, so basically the living room. It's just really comfy. It's nice to put your feet up. You can people watch. You can just look at nature outside, read a book. I think it's just really dynamic. I'm very comfortable. It's very vibey. There's quite a lot of street art, graffiti, breweries, pubs, bars, all along the canal side. So you can find yourself at a nightclub in the evenings, axe throwing. It really does come alive in summer, and it becomes a lot more quiet and cozy in winter.
Could you tell us something surprising about yourself?
Most people are quite surprised when I tell them I ride a motorbike. I have an insatiable need for speed, so yeah, that's how I get my kicks.